Vince Robson. I'm a business development manager at Northumberland University. I'm delighted to be able to present to you details of our Centre for Digital Supply Chain Excellence at Northumberland University. So what we're going to cover today, I'm going to reflect on some of the supply chain and operations challenges and their impacts. I'm going to introduce you to the work of the Centre for Digital Supply Chain Excellence and provide you with a demonstration of its work in practice. So if we look at some of the supply chain challenges that organisations are facing today, clearly supply chains lack global resilience, and the multi-country disruptions are placing a big strain on supply chains and they're negatively impacting upon their ability to cope. Supply chains and operations, they represent a company's highest cost. And unsustainable consumption and depleting resources are posing a significant environmental threat that are forcing organisations to rethink their operations. Supply chains are also affected by reliance on a human workforce, and talent gaps are being exposed over the last few years. And inflexibility makes personalisation and customisation difficult. Where IT systems do exist, they tend to be built on top of legacy systems, which are limiting their effectiveness. If we looked at some of those examples and impacts in situ, clearly COVID-19 and the lockdowns that we all faced slowed or stopped access to labour, new materials and finished goods. In a recent survey conducted by EY, it pointed to increased investment in technologies such as AI and analytics, robotics and automation, and upskilling in terms of reskilling. Now, clearly, these are interesting things to go for, but just tell part of the story. Russia's illegal invasion of Ukraine, we've seen how that's affected supply chains through food shortages and inflation around the globe. We've also seen the pictures of wheat and corn sitting in ports across Ukraine. The global microchip shortages have been caused by, again, that conflict in Ukraine. 70% of the world's neon is provided by Ukraine. So these are causing delays in obtaining products, price rises, and potential disruptions to essential infrastructure and risks to national security. Energy price increases have happened as a result. We all know the cost of our energy has gone up significantly, as has the cost of oil per barrel, which has gone up over $100 per barrel as a result of that conflict. State-sponsored terrorism is having a major impact upon supply chains. The Houthi attacks on shipping in the Red Sea, we've all seen details of that on our screens. It's having a major impact upon maritime fleets, causing delays and shortages, increased costs and product suspensions. As recently as towards the end of last year, Volvo Car and Tesla announced production suspensions at plants in Europe, citing the inability to get components from suppliers. And if we look at retailers, they're not unaffected by the conflict as well. We've got Asda, Tesco, and Marks and Spencer's have flagged issues in terms of rising higher costs. So our Centre for Digital Supply Chain Excellence, what is it? Well, we launched it in May 2024, and it's a physical and digital space combining insights from practice and research. It offers organisations an environment to test and deploy technical solutions and innovations designed to transform supply chain operations efficiency and sustainability. It's founded upon trust and transparency and collaboration, and this is one of the biggest areas that we've found as barriers to transformation. Certainly data collaboration and data trust and integrity is a huge thing as far as building supply chains and transforming supply chains is concerned. And it's multidisciplinary, bringing together colleagues from different disciplines across the institution that have got expertise across technical and logistics and supply chain operations. What we're working for is looking at opportunities to use digital innovations to unlock data to drive decision making, for supply chains to rethink their operating model and build an asset-light network that optimizes their inventory and their processes. And of course, supporting organizations to make that transition to net zero through the likes of Scope 3 analysis. How we deliver our activities? Well, we're launching a supply chain club in the autumn, which will give an access to a range of benefits, including our testbed and digital twin design, access to participation in supply chain research, continuing professional development, so training and executive education, masterclasses and workshops, a supply chain clinic where we're hoping that our students will have the opportunity to gain experiential learning and work with organisations to solve their problems, a virtual hub and networking opportunities. And the ways in which organisations are connecting with us now and will connect with us in the future are through contract and collaborative research, evaluation and analysis of digital solution potential, our test bed, which I'm going to show you in a moment, and through consultancy opportunities. So I'm going to reflect on our SPARES digital testbed project, which will hopefully bring this to life for you. So this is a project which has been funded by the Digital Catapult. We're one of 4 UK testbed projects which have been funded through Innovate UK and the Digital Catapult. It's a consortium with Northern University, the NBT Group, Vitech Solutions, the North East Automotive Alliance, Troy Group, and Womble Bond Dickinson. And we've all combined to collaborate across a research project for 2 years. Its aim is to develop a sector-agnostic digital twin of an entire end-to-end spare parts supply chain, and available to any interested party to test their innovative supply chain solutions without disrupting the real-world supply chain. Think of it as changing the wheel on the car while it's still moving. Outcomes and deliverables. As you can see, we've got 5 major outputs. Obviously, we're going to model the spare parts supply chain. We're going to develop a framework and roadmap for the technology development post 2025. A digital twin test bed accessible to any manufacturing sector and supply chain organisation. A connected digital supply chain community, and we're going to drive impact case studies led and disseminated by the university. This sheet basically shows the process that we've been on in terms of looking at the data, developing what is important in terms of the inventory map, looking at user interface, and then looking at standardization. It explains the processes that have been involved over the past 14, 15 months, from that kind of analysis of where things are now to identifying what the core capabilities will be within the future, deploying and testing solutions, then identifying opportunities for further development. This video should show you how this works in situ and gives an explanation of our testbed. So that concludes our presentation and introduction to the Centre for Digital Supply Chain Excellence. If you have any inquiries or would like to contact us, please email cdsce@northumbria.ac.uk. Thank you.